Now, Greg Gillespie's. I asked him earlier. What did you say to Dan Proctor? All of a sudden, he's kick-starting Advanced Labyrinth Lord, which I backed.
Yeah, I gotta.
We are live now.
Live from New York. It's.
No, I asked him earlier. What did you say to Dan Proctor? All of a sudden, he's kick-starting Advanced Labyrinth Lord.
You guys gonna want to turn the volume off on that, otherwise you're gonna get an infinite loop. We are live.
Which volume?
Live from New York.
Whoever just took.
Volume on that. I don't have a volume on you guys. Hold on a second.
If you clicked on the live link, you have to turn the volume down. Volume off on that.
I never clicked on the live link. I don't think.
Okay, good. Well, it's gone now. Whatever you guys did.
Okay. No more echo. Yay! I'm happy.
Well, share it live. Share that link. Share it up. Hopefully, we'll get people watching us.
But if I click on it, then I'll get the echo effect.
Anyway, we're gonna go recording now, so let's do that also in the background.
Okay.
And the Old School Blues podcast is back live. We're on YouTube right now. I am Vince sitting with Glen and Erik.
Woohoo! I am Erik Tankar. Glen?
Did Glen mute himself?
Glen, I can't hear a word you say.
Now
I can't hear a thing.
Nope. Glen is not there. Glen is not there.
This is why you listen live, folks, because you will not get this on the edited version.
No, we're still streaming live, but I stopped the actual podcast recording, so until Glen fixes what his problem is.
I'm gonna wave at him.
Hello.
Ah, there you are.
There we go.
There you are.
There I are.
There you are.
Okay. Well, I had to spank Discord.
You had to spank Discord?
Was it?
Give me that sound.
All right, we'll start that over again.
Was it being naughty?
Anyway, the Old School Blues podcast. Yes, we are live. Old School Blues podcast. Vincent, I'm sitting with Erik.
Hey, folks, how are you?
And Glen.
Hello.
And we are live here on YouTube on my channel here, and we're going to be talking about what happened at North Texas RPGCon. And I heard Mr. Tankar is in a rare mood today, so
yeah, let him go first. Let him go first.
Oh no! Well, listen, if you want to hear my rare mood, go to the Tavern Chat podcast and hear me vent. I've been told by numerous people that I didn't drop enough F-bombs. I thought I was going to do a little carpet bombing, but apparently they were just more like, you know.
That's on Anchor, folks.
Yeah. I apologize for not being vulgar enough and not being rantish enough, but I had to get some things off my chest.
Well, you know, and people can go to anchor.fm/tavern chat. What is it exactly?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's Tavern Chat on Anchor, but you can find it on pretty much any of the podcast apps at this point. Glen, I know you have a podcast. I know.
Yes, Radio Grognard.
And I know Vince has one. You can listen to Vince.
No, I don't have one. It's gone.
No, you don't? Oh, you bastard! All right. Well, you should.
Yeah, he should. Yes. I mean, come on, you have to be master of all media. You know that.
The master of all media. That's okay. Sure.
Yes.
I'll just stick to YouTube and the couple things that I'm doing. So.
Give Howard Stern a run for his money there.
Yeah. No. I'm not on that level, so not at all.
You see, what I don't understand is, sorry.
Does that make you Robin and Erik Fred?
Oh Jesus! I'm not even gonna touch that one. No.
Oy. Sorry, folks. No, I can't fit it on this thing.
You sound like
I could try. Here, there.
That's how you used to do it in the olden days. You used to put the hat on top of the headphones.
Yeah, but I don't. This is way bigger this time. This thing. I got a gaming headset this time because I wanted to last.
I thought you said it. I think your head got bigger in the meantime, and that would be.
No, I actually wanted something that wouldn't break after a month. So
I told you, you need to buy those good headsets, man. Not those $10 ones you were buying.
Well, I bought this for. This is a good headset. What are you talking about?
No, I said that's a good headset. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'll live with this. That's fine.
It just doesn't fit your hats anymore.
So
No, I have to get a baseball cap or something. I don't know.
yes,
Okay.
there you go. You can get
Yes.
you can get an old man Grognard baseball hat that says that says
Oh.
OG on it. You could be the original OG with that OG hat.
Oh no.
OMG.
OMG.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God.
OMG.
Ah.
Now, what were we talking about?
North Texas
North
RPG.
Texas RPGCon.
There you go. Glenn
Whoa.
with his swag bag.
That's my new dice bag.
Oh, is it?
Nice.
That's my new dice bag.
Is that what they were selling this year, or was that part of the?
This was a limited edition they were selling at registration.
Oh, I never even
And
saw that.
it was well, everything they sell goes to running the con next year, so I thought I'd contribute that way.
Cool.
And I've already got my badge for next year.
Look at you.
You're always like the first, Glenn. It's like, registration is open. Here's my money.
Is it even open
Yeah.
yet?
It is open now. Yes,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to.
I saw the announcement on Facebook. So folks, go over to NTRPGCON.com and sign up. It's $80 for the weekend, but if you sign up right now, there's $20 off.
Act now.
Until the end of September. Until the end of February, it's $10 off. So I still have to buy one for Gage next year. He's already told me my grandson, first con ever this year.
He's going back, I'm assuming.
If his mother lets him, yes. That's why I hesitated buying him a badge yet. We got to find out what mommy says.
Wow.
He's 14. He's the best. It's the best time for him to go.
Yeah, he seemed to have a blast when I saw him.
Oh God, he had a. I can't say how happy he is. And we got a game tonight, so he's still happy.
I got to get my
Nice.
badge now before I forget. So this time I can actually play in games.
Oh, you're getting a badge?
Yeah, I'm getting a badge because quite a few people when I was there were like, "Oh, come play in my game." I'm like, I'm just here as a press pass." Oh, well, they won't care. I'm like, no, Mike said.
I just got the word. Hell froze over. So
That's for you.
it's got, hey,
Yes.
you something wrong with your finger there?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure James Bond is going back next year, and I think he'll be running.
Oh
some games
well,
next
he's
month.
working for the Frogs now. He has to go back.
Yeah.
Who else is going to run a rep at it?
Well, it should have been me, but somebody had to run the table, so thank God I had James to fall back upon.
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't spend enough time with James. I only got to see him for like a couple seconds, and as I was heading back up to my room, so.
Yeah, no, James. James did not have the best of cons last year. He had the
Yeah.
best of cons this year. He was really in his
Yes.
element.
So it was the best of cons, the worst of cons.
Right. Yeah, there you go. It all balances.
Yeah, he
out.
was kind of out of sorts last year,
Yeah.
but it was almost like night and day. It's like, okay, I know all these guys now. Let's have fun, woohoo! You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kicking you in the junk, and man,
Leave out the kicking me in the junk. That was more of a photo effect. It wasn't real. There is no such thing as me getting kicked in the junk next year when they announce the.
but you will be wearing a steel jock strap next year. Okay.
Wait, what's this? I see.
Cup.
They're selling an event to kick Tanker in the balls live Saturday night, 11 p.m. Oh, look at that. There's
Yeah,
tickets.
right. Yeah, right before
You found the reason that Vince is buying a badge. He wants to see that.
Of course.
And the inside joke, of course, is I have to win 3 caps for the award. It's the only way I will guarantee that I will not have James or some random.
You know, I know that was a photo effect, but they ought to put a special corner where it says 3 castles in North Texas, just to do that photo effect. Whoever wins
I
can
think
stand behind
they
and
should
go.
change the award to James kicking Eric in the balls, and that's the trophy that everybody gets.
Yes.
I'd pay to see that. Yeah.
You get the picture to take home with you. The photographer was Jason Hobbs, who just happened to have perfect effing timing. Jason, well done. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
from Hobbs and Friends.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
we
cool.
were all on a show that weekend. He kept handing. He had to be the phone. I thought somebody was on it. So you got him on his show. Me going, hello, hello, hey, how you? Hello, anybody? No, you're on. Oh, hi, folks.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah. So tell us all about it, Derek. How did your con go?
My con did not go as planned.
No.
Cause because I was told by Zach Laser, he of the Frog God Games, the what do you want to call it? The right hand of Sauron, the right hand of Bill Webb. That no North Texas, like normally I'm the booth monkey or the booth bait depending on how well I look and what your perspective is. And at the other cons, I used to run it with Bad Mike, and but Bad Mike has his own booth at North Texas, and he's helping run the con. So obviously, he's not running the Frog God booth. But I thought, no, you're not. Don't worry about the booth. You're going to be running 3 games of Rapid Athlete in the mornings, and the rest of the con is yours. And being a former New York City police officer, I do not believe what the bosses above me ever say. So Thursday morning, we got there on Wednesday, helped set up the booth. Thursday morning, Rach and I popped in at the booth around 8:45. Nobody's there except for a handful of people eagerly awaiting to buy their Pathfinder by the pound because we were selling it at $5 a pound.
That's right.
So I wound up running the
Slumbering
booth.
Tsar was a steal.
Slumbering Tsar at $25.
Oh my god.
Yeah, at Pathfinder only. Well, there might be some copies left, but I can't say for sure. But yeah, so I wound up taking sales using my left pocket as the till, and and not taking any credit cards for about half an hour before the scanner came down along with the
left pocket of wealth.
The left pocket of wealth. My pocket of holding was on the left side. But and then I had a game to run Friday morning at 9 o'clock with James Bond, and James actually was going to run it with me, but he wound up pretty much running it. I was the dice of doom. I helped roll some dice. I watched my beautiful wife get killed. Yeah, well, everybody got killed that day. I think it was a TPK. But Friday, after breakfast, I had already asked James if he could run the game because I didn't think there'd be anybody running the table, and I was right. And Rach came with me to the run the table, and literally after 30 seconds, she looks at me sheepishly and goes, "Do you think it would be okay if I went to James's game to play instead of helping with the table? Do you think you'll be okay?"
Aww.
And I looked at her, and I was very proud. It was like, wow, she'd rather play than help her wonderful husband, which is fine. I said, go play with James. She got killed again twice.
Is that your race imitation?
No.
I thought you were coming on. I thought you were coming on.
No, I'm not coming on to you, Glenn. As much as I think you are sexy, especially when you do your Chicago voice. But no, that was me going, wow. Rach would rather, and that was really, except for playing in Mo Rasmussen's games, that was her first time playing any OSR game without me helping her along, and she had a freaking blast. And she laughed when James killed the 8-year-old kid at the table first.
Aw, James.
And then she played Saturday and Sunday in 2 pretty much all women's games organized by the Frog God women, and now she's like, I owned the rule book and I read the rules and I played a paladin and I understood it. I went, what? I was like, yeah, you'd be proud of me. I kicked ass. I'm like, now I used to think Rach was all in. She's all in now, and that to me is a beautiful experience. It's really wonderful. I'm so happy that
you look happy.
Yeah, and I had a fun time running the table because I'll be honest with you, the one of the jokes is like, well, we can never find you at conventions because you're always like wandering around. So I usually do. This time, everybody found me at North Texas. I was like, oh, it's good. I know where to find you. Yeah, Frog God booth.
Except you
whatever.
found
Well,
me, Eric.
Well, yes, but that's besides the point. But that was great too. That was the other thing. Rich like, geez, is Glenn? I know Glenn's coming. Is Vince coming? I'm like, Vince is coming. Is Randy coming? I'm like, I believe Randy's coming. Is she gonna? Are they gonna be gaming? No. Well, is Randy coming to use the pool? Yeah. I'll be in the pool a lot too. I'm like, I'm sure you will. I won't be.
Did she go in the pool or no?
Yeah, Rachel's in the pool when the day the storm came in. She watched the storm coming in. She was, yeah, there was a storm one day. When
There was a storm?
Yeah, there was a huge ass storm that actually shook the windows of our hotel room to the point where Rachel's like, I thought we were gonna break. And I didn't even know about it until like I had a couple of customers walk up to the booth and go, "Well, you wouldn't even know there's a storm going on." I'm like, "There's a storm going on?" So finally, I left the booth in the hands of none other than Chuck, and ran out. And I at the tail end of the storm, I just got like the cool breeze and a few, a little moist air, and people going, "Wow, you really missed the storm." That was when I went to the smoking deck. But yeah, no, it was a really damn good time.
Yeah, you wanted to meet famous TSR people, go out to the smoking area.
You know what? If you haven't met, well, Tim Kask I didn't see out there, I gotta say, but Frank I saw out there numerous times.
Really?
Saw Tim several times. I saw him on his lark trying to run people down, and
well, it's like there's Tim Kask. He's a little rascal on his little rascal.
Oh. Yeah, I saw him during breakfast. We had a little chat, and I asked him a couple things. I think I was telling you about it, Glenn, about the whole thing in California.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that conversation we had? And we're seeing Eric's ass now. Great.
You didn't see my ass. You saw the back of my shirt.
Almost saw cat butt.
Yeah.
She moved way too quickly for cat butt.
So what I was doing, I was asking about how back in the 80s when G.I. Joe was on the air, that Gary was out there at the time, and they happened to be, there was an individual that was, I guess, working for TSR and for the G.I. Joe company, or whatever, Hasbro at the time, and he brought minis out there to Gary's house when they were filming the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon, and they were playing war games with G.I. Joe and Transformers in the backyard.
Wow.
And they were making up rules along the way, so I was trying to get a little more confirmation on that, and Frank wasn't certain about it, but he did direct me to Tim, and Tim kind of remembered something about it, but I didn't get final confirmation about it, so it would have been an interesting story to hear if it was true or not. But
that would have been neat.
Them playing with G.I. Joes in the backyard, making up war rules for them and Transformers, and explaining how all the dice rules work. That would have been cool to hear that.
Everything's based on a D20. Weapon versus armor class adjustments are in effect. Okay, we're ready?
Go.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm sorry Zeb couldn't make it. He had medical troubles with his wife, so he didn't make it this year. And Steve Winter, I guess he was there. I didn't see hide nor hair of Steve Winter at all. It was weird. I usually see him and his lack of hair head. And
wow,
I'm probably getting up to that age too. But I had a good time. What?
No one said anything.
Okay. How was your con, Vince? I mean, for what you know.
Well, it was nice. I got to go around and see a bunch of people and get greeted by a bunch of people, and got a mysterious hugs from people who promised me hugs. So. Like you saw one of them, Glenn, when you were like, "What the heck is that all about?"
I kind of gave like that New York hug.
Oh yeah. When you grabbed me, squeezed my hand, and almost tried to break it as you tried to hug me. Yeah, I remember that.
Hey, we gotta do it the New York way. Hey, Pazar! How are you? Hey, in my room, yeah.
Of course, Eric is screaming so loud he's killing the audio track now as it's peaking everywhere.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you know what? Just blame it on the pub
It's just
lunch.
us.
I had to unwind after my early morning rant, so I had to go do a pub lunch. So you can blame it on that.
Oh, that's what it is.
Gage played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness until 1:30 in the morning Saturday
Really?
morning. Yeah, I bailed out at midnight. Tried to leave the. I mean, I was. You saw where I was sitting behind him there, and we talked for a while.
Yeah.
And I said about midnight, it's like, I gotta get out of here. I just walked up to. I'm going up to the room and get some sleep. First thing he does, he turns. I'm hungry. It's midnight.
So?
Am I supposed to pull food?
There's
Actually,
no
what I did was I threw him a 20. I said, "Here, you figure it." He went and ordered a Domino pizza. Took him an hour, and they delivered it to the wrong hotel. He never got his pizza.
Well, I guess he never spent the money either, so that works out okay.
Yeah, and he ate the hell out of those flatbread pizzas that the hotel had. He just loved those.
We tried to get room service at the hotel, but it just never worked. We called, and they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, 40 minutes." And like an hour and a half later, it never, never came.
Yeah. They got to work on that.
What room was that?
Well, I remember last
it.
year I was dining with Bruce Hurd, and I heard all about the food problems in the hotel because he used to be a hotelier in France. So it's like he told me what was wrong with the brunch, what was wrong with the room service, what was wrong with the bar.
I got to say that the breakfast buffet was very nice, and my times in the restaurant were fine. I really have no complaints about the food aspect of it. My complaint, well, besides the fact that we had a power outage Wednesday night for about, 45 minutes. I was talking with Rich LeBlanc. James was passed out. James Bond was passed out in the chair. And he was having a nice little nap. And Rach is with us, and the power kind of flickered and then went out and then came back on for a second and a half and then went and then like emergency lighting came on, and I was just like, wow, this is going to be an interesting convention. Day zero, we already have no power. Woohoo! But no, my complaint, I don't know if it's related to the power outage on Wednesday, it just never recovered, is the hotel wireless, the free wireless that came with your room. Sucked shite. Okay, I mean, I had to use my cell phone as a hotspot just to be able to upload any of my podcast stuff and to be able to put blogs out with any kind of screenshots or artwork included with it. It was literally that bad. That's my only complaint.
That's why I told my listeners, hey, you're not going to hear me for 4 days. I want to enjoy the con. I thought of doing interviews, but it's like, no, I just want to walk around and schmooze. I played one game at the con, ran two. Two went well. The Swords of Wizardry Light, very well received.
Nice.
Gangbusters, very well received. Gage played a boxer. And they ended up in one point. They ended up in an opium den to rescue the main guy's girlfriend who was taken. There was a tiger in a cage. They didn't ask me why, and I wasn't going to tell them unless they asked. So there's a tiger in a cage in an opium den. In the back room, she's tied to a chair. So they got out. They killed most of the thugs, and I knew sometime during that fight that the tiger was going to get loose, and it did. Tiger mauls about two thugs. Everybody's out in the back in the alley. Just in the back of the alley, and the tiger comes through. The tiger just wants to get the hell out of there. And Gage pops up and says, "Fight him." Well, you do. I want to fight him.
I'm gonna box the tiger.
He wants to box the tiger, and I said the tiger just gets scared and runs down the alley. How come I couldn't fight it? Believe me, I saved you. Okay, I'm not going to let you box the damn tiger.
So is it correct to assume that Gangbusters has non-lethal combat rules that are on par with AD&D 1E?
Better than.
Well, listen, no rules are better than AD&D non-combat, non-lethal weapon rules. But no, dude,
Every system is better than that.
oh, I don't know. We still have Fatal, and I can't I can't really speak for sure about that one. But I'm glad that SWL Sorcery Light worked well for you. I believe that we gave away Sunday as we were wrapping up shop at the table. We gave away the last copies of the first print of Swords and Wizardry Light.
Yay!
So as there might be a few
Well-
still at the warehouse, but 10,000 copies. There's got to be less than 100 left to give out. And
I didn't.
that's
I
it.
didn't. But I gave out my last 3 copies of Swords of Wizardry Continual Light, except for my personal copy. I'm not giving that away.
Well, I don't. I wouldn't either.
Shouldn't have
You
to,
should have
yeah.
brought it. I would have signed it, dude. What happened? I
Well-
could have signed it.
Well,
Yeah,
they had me. Well, they had me sign the 2 picture, one of the pictures that I had in there. So
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, actually, what's funny is that I had people coming up to me asking me about, do you have any copies of Continual Light? One was a retailer. I was just like, first off, you'll never get copies from me personally, as cheap as you will if you as a retailer go on to CreateSpace or just ask me, email me, and have me order through CreateSpace and get you at cost copies. You're not going to get them from me at a convention. But I brought 1 copy. Now,
well,
that being
what-
said, James Shields brought the artwork to that cover, and he was going to sell it to like the highest bidder until the anonymous James Spahn. And I say anonymous because James wasn't owning up to it until I actually confronted him and said, "You rank blankety blank, you bought this for me, didn't you?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." So James Spahn bought me the pen and inks of the cover for Continual Light. And they
a
are amazing.
prince of a guy, James Spahn. He gave me his personal copy of Hero's Journey.
Wow.
I'd kiss him on the lips, but then I'm Catholic, and that might be an issue. And I'm not Italian, so I can't get away with
That's
it.
his personal copy. He even signed it. He signed it. I do love you, James Spahn.
There you go. Never let there be a doubt.
I also bought his white box omnibus, which he also signed. Yes, I still really do love you, James Bond.
That is awesome.
Said he wanted to put something being weird in there, so I'm still not going out with him.
That's okay. Well, he has a tattoo now, so that might be
Yeah,
a little-
I asked him, how does your wife feel about that? Because I remember the story of his coat with the patches. He said, this is a compromise because my wife didn't want to get me a tattoo. And I was like, well, how does she feel about this one? She said, oh, no, she cleared it. She cleared it.
So what did you wind up walking away with, Glenn, for books-wise and everything, other than those 2 you just told us?
Swag?
Yeah.
Well, you saw a couple of them.
Mhm.
I finally got a copy of White Box.
Oh, you did finally get a copy of that. Great.
Yeah, I finally got, because it's like I've reviewed all these other games that are derived from White Box, but I couldn't find a copy of White Box, and somebody had it there, and it was, what was it, $20?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Something like that.
Oh,
And
like
I had people throwing stuff at me.
Like literally
No,
throwing?
not like vegetable. No,
Books,
but
books hurt when they throw them at you, man.
oh yes. Look, 2 years in the getting, victorious. I finally got it. 2
Nice.
years of just missing Mike and Liz. What else we got here? What, Operation Unfathomable? This is I just reviewed this. This is really good.
That is, I read the PDF. I don't have the print copy.
50 Fiends by Richard LeBlanc, Lower Planar Creatures. He pretty much like shoved this into my hand and said, "Don't review it yet." Why are you shoving it in my hands yet? Because this is a beta, and we haven't got the PDF up yet. And so here's your copy. I'll sign it, but don't review it. Okay, fine. I won't review it.
I saw that at his table a couple times, but he wasn't around, so I couldn't ask him, to buy one or if he had any questions. So.
I wasn't. To tell you the truth, I wasn't planning on buying one, but I'm glad he gave it to me. I mean, I'll look at it. Well, I got winding staircase. Oh, I finally found a use for these. Did you see these at the Black Blade Publishing?
No, I
No,
didn't
but
hexgrams. No.
I didn't
A
get
sandbox. Sandbox. Not only that, but they're double-sided too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is this is about $8 for a sheet of, I don't know, 25. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I'm starting to get into sandboxes now, so like, yeah, I can use this now.
Be careful, people pee in those things.
Wow.
Oh,
people pee in the sandbox.
Yeah.
Rob Connolly's rewrite of the Wilderlands of High Fantasy, along with the maps.
His maps are beautiful. Holy crap!
They are beautiful maps. He also had the rewrite of City State with the maps, but that's sold out. Both of them sold out. This one sold out, and I believe City State, they had like 3 left at the end, the Black Blade stuff. And like I said, Gage's thing and Gage got a dragon miniature that was 3D printed. And I did everything we finally dissuaded him not to glue it to the top of his laptop.
Well, that would have been a bit of an issue. Wouldn't have opened up.
When I opened his front, well, not to the top. When you open it up, and it's like that thing's gonna break off. Yeah, I'm gonna paint. I want somebody to paint it, and I'm gonna super glue it to the top of my laptop. I said, please don't do that. That's a nice laptop. I hate you. I hate to see you ruin it.
Yeah, we'll buy you a $200 desktop, and you can go to the top of that.
Yeah, knock yourself out. But we had a good time. I was more chaperone than gamer this time. I played in Boot Hill. Never played Boot Hill before.
That's cool.
How'd you like that?
Yeah.
You played with Alan Hammock, right?
Yeah.
I sat down with him for a number of hours talking. He's a future.
He ran 3rd edition, the Steve Winter rewrite. I wanted to like the game, but the combat sucks. It's just a little too abstract for me. Either you lose point, either you take minuses off your shooting, or you're dead. There's no in between. Okay. I need something with hit points or something. I've done hit pointless damage before, but it worked a hell of a lot better than this did.
I got you.
And I just didn't care for it. Steve Perrin, who was sitting right next to me, loved it. Of course, he got killed 10 minutes into the game, but then his twin brother came and vowed vengeance, so he was all right.
Then his cousin, then his second nephew once removed.
Because it took a while to make the characters, and we just said no, we're not going through this again. That's his twin brother.
There you go. Yeah, Alan was telling me he was there was a lot of character deaths, and then he goes, it went very far off script, and at that point, we were going well. I was like, I was just like, all right.
We were in the middle of the firefight with the bad guys when I turned around and said, "Did anybody bother to tell the sheriff we were going after this money?" No, I thought you did. No, I thought you did.
Oops.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he was the Durango kid for about 10. Then he was the Oxbow kid. I'm sorry, for about 10 minutes. Then his brother, the Durango kid, came in on the scene. But he kept hitting abdomens. I started calling him the gut shot kid.
Nice.
The gut shot. Jeez.
But all in all, we had a good time. I want to play more next year. What do you want to do next year?
I want to talk to a few people. I wanted to speak to Jeff Grubb about Marvel stuff, but I just couldn't get a hold of him, and I wasn't going to go tackle the guy to go talk to him because he was in between games most of the time.
I begged him to run a Marvel game, and he kept saying, "We'll see."
I guess he never did.
And I didn't push it. He'll be back next year probably anyway.
Will he?
Will he?
I don't know.
How about you, Tankar? What's your plans for next year?
my plans are, no matter what they tell me, assume that I'm working the table. Um,
For tips.
I didn't pick up too much this year.
Really?
I won 2 silent auctions, one for a bunch of older early issues of Dragon magazine starting in like the late 30s, up until the 90s. The 2 or 3 latest issues I already had, so I just gave them the bad mic and said, I'll put the money toward the con, sell them, do what you can do.
Good.
And I also won a silent auction for DCC. The cover was a pen and ink cover, and it was signed by Doug Kovacs and a few others. And that was cool. And I got a few Zines. I really kept it low. Although my niece got her a dice bag with a dragon on it, 2 sets of dice. For Rach, I got her one of those leather dice trays that you can snap.
I
to
like
make
those. I thought of getting one and I didn't because I thought, I got a dice tower. What do I need this for?
Yeah, they were 20, and it's good for Rach. That way, you unsnap it and you put it in your bag, and it takes up no space because it goes flat, and then you snap it up, and now you have your dice tray. And, so she has that, and I got one for myself. Trying to think. Oh, Bill was nice enough to give me a map of the Lost Lands. Those were the table. No, sorry, not the tablecloth. They are basically shower curtains. Shower curtain fabric, and we were retailing them for 150. So it's the whole Lost Lands. It's still in the original packing. Because I know that as tolerant as Rach is of my gaming, she wouldn't let my son put up Star Wars shower curtains. She's sure as hell ain't gonna let Lost Lands go up in our bathroom. So,
well, why not?
I gotta find a wall I can have. Maybe behind my computer, maybe it'll fit. The wall I'm looking at right now.
Where'd you find Rabbit Duck? I was sitting on the toilet looking at the shower curtain.
Yes, my bowel movement was really long because I got lost in the Lost Lands. Yeah, no, but no, that was actually pretty cool to come home with that. But even as that was, and I thought I left light. Every convention you come back with more. You're like, how am I going to get this along to my carry-on luggage? It always fits, but you always wonder how. So,
I've been carrying my swag around ever since, and it's as hell because I can't find any place to put it around here. I'm running out of space.
I know the dude. I came back from the con to, as you guys know, a computer that was not even on its last leg anymore.
Yes.
And when I tried to transfer data over from the one iMac to the new iMac, one of my 2 accounts, of course the main account that I use, was corrupted. So I can log into it, but I can't do anything with it.
I don't get that now.
And then of course my phone started dying on Friday. So it was like post-con, like, thank God I went to the con and the frog's dying because any money that I saved I'm spending right now.
There you go. Next year I think I'm going to give Gangbusters a rest and do some. I'm thinking of doing some Mutant Future. That may change, fun. But I'm looking at Mutant Future is fun. I wish Tim Snyder would come back. Tim, please come back to the con so you run some more Thundar.
Well, not only that, as Rach was nice enough to remind me, Tim said that North Texas was every other year, so he should be here this year. Where the hell is he? I'm like, I don't know.
Maybe he couldn't make it.
Yeah, I know. Real life takes precedence over, elves and dwarves and fairies.
Something like that. I've also hoped to hang around with you guys more. I kind of had excuses here with having engaged with me, but I don't know. I tend to go my own way. I don't hang out with people like with the frog. I like to hang out more with the frogs and stuff, and do stuff. Maybe go to dinner or just play, or I might even do Rappahathic. You never know.
Dude, they'd be happy to have you because, like I said, that was. I didn't even know what I was running this year, by the way, until somebody in my Discord channel goes to me, "Do you think you have room on your Saturday morning Rapid Acid game?" I'm like, "I'm running Rapid Acid." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's cool. What else am I running?" "You're running from 9 a.m. Friday until 9 a.m. Sunday." I'm like, "I'm assuming it means 3 straight days." All right, good to know. looking
Yeah.
at my schedule, did I actually schedule anything these times? No.
Well, last Wednesday. Oh, go ahead.
No, I only had one game scheduled anyway, and I wasn't able to play in that either.
Ah. Oh, I'm gonna. I already did last Wednesday at the Tavern Chat. I already offered my services and watching the Frog God booth. So you may be relieved to run even more games.
Or at least playing a game, man. I'll settle for that.
Come visit
James-
Glenn in his hat at the Frog God booth.
Frog God. Frog God.
Old man Grognard is hot.
Yeah, God knows. Maybe Pathfinder will be like $2 a pound next year if we have any left.
Well, the rate they're going, it'll be like 50 cents a pound.
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to save for my next. I want the Blight next year. That was 160.
It was $80
So
though in Pathfinder, man. You could have taken Pathfinder. You could have converted it. You could have had the listen. If you really want the Blight, all right. Yeah, I know. But if you really want the Blight and you want a chance to at least read the setting for cheap, the Humble Bundle from Frog God, Troll Lords, and Cobalt Press, you can get the Blight for 5e in PDF for $15. Not just the book, but all the adventures that come with it, plus the map, plus I don't know 30, 40 other adventures.
Yeah, well, I'm lazy. I'll wait to buy the Swords and Wizardry version of the book.
I understand that, Glenn. I'm just
because
saying.
I'm lazy. I am lazy.
If you were gonna be a cheap bastard.
Well, hey, I didn't want to interrupt you plugging. You know, away.
I'm just saying. But and also, Glenn, if you do happen to buy anything from the Frog God booth, don't track me down, but track down Zach afterwards. He will email you the PDF of whatever you purchase.
Yes, he's very good at that. Oh, and I figured out, I save up for a big book like that at the Frogs, and make sure Bill Webb is at the booth. So I go, I'm buying the Blight, but I want these other two, and then, ding! Tell you what, I'll make you a deal.
I have been given some of Bill Webb's minor retail powers. To minor powers, but Bill, Bill doesn't get to the booth until like 1-ish.
I know, ish,
and then he's running games and he's making deals and.
Well, last year I was just totally flabbergasted me because I spent about 150 at his booth. And then I casually announced that I'm running demos in Oklahoma City of Swords and Wizardry Light, and he hands me $160 worth of more books.
And
Bill loves gamers.
And you said no thank you and handed them back.
This. What'd you say?
And you said no thank you and handed them back, right?
Yeah, no.
Hell no.
Hell no. No, Bill loves gamers. Bill loves kids.
They're still in a box in the garage. I'm waiting to find time to read them.
If Bill can find ways to bring new gamers into the fold, whether they're going to play, Frog God products or not,
God bless him. God bless him.
He just wants to bring them in. And that's why he has Swords of Wizardry Light is going to a second printing for another 10,000 copies. I think they got the proofs back last week, so it should be coming soon.
I could probably use a few. I need some continual actually, but I haven't scheduled any demos yet, so I'm not worried about it.
I got you.
And how are you, Vince?
I'm doing just fine. I actually walked away from the con with all those Castle and Crusade books you saw that I had, Glenn.
Yeah, how were they?
Good. I read them. I thought they were pretty interesting. They felt more like a mix-up of AD&D and 3E together, so...
Right. That's what I said, 3E done right.
Okay.
Well, Castles and Crusades is... it's like the Rosetta Stone. If you want to convert your 3E or 3X era product to an OSR-style game, Castles and Crusades is perfect. If you want to have the Rosetta Stone and you're already in the OSR, it's probably Swords and Wizardry with the dual AC. But if you're
I was
coming,
going to say,
but if you're coming from like a 3E, 3.5, maybe even Pathfinder, Castles and Crusades is your gateway to the OSR addiction.
right. Hey, Vince, did you ever read Hero's Journey?
Yeah, we did a review of that on RFI.
You did
a while back. Yeah.
What did you think of the way they do the armor and damage?
I can't answer that question right now because you know how long ago that was when I read the book.
Well, let me refresh your memory. Okay. Yeah. Well, they do the ascending or descending armor class.
Okay.
It's the 9 for descending and 10 for ascending, but it's almost, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's really hard to lower your armor class because the armor just takes off damage when you get hit.
Okay.
So everybody's getting hit. But I found out when I'm reading the monsters are in the same boat. What?
Eric's cat is now in the.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, at least she's not butt showing yet, so.
Not yet, but you know. As he's shoving the cat away. Get away, cat.
But I thought it was interesting. Everybody has a lower armor class in this thing, so everybody's beating the hell out of each other, but nobody's getting hurt, which I thought was interesting. So.
Let's go the other way, cat. Come on, Ash.
This is the Podcat.
Podcat.
I've tried to sex the animal as he walks by here.
It's a girl.
And she's like, "Where's the camera? Where I want to get my best angle in of my." There we go. To the window.
You put the blocker up again, Eric.
Yeah, I might have to. She's just like, "I gotta check out what you're doing. What are you doing, Daddy?"
But I think a good time was had by all.
Yeah, definitely a good time had by all. We look forward again to 2019. Any news on special guests coming for 2019 that they've revealed yet or no?
Let's see. The usual suspects. Haven't seen anybody special yet. I know Percorny's coming back.
You know what? And it's funny. I only saw him once. I saw his. I don't know. I don't know whether it's his girlfriend or his handler. I don't know what to refer to. Maybe it's both. I saw her walking around talking to people. But yeah,
he's very quiet guy.
I've heard rumors that he's moving out to Seattle. That will be very different. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's very quiet, almost as quiet as Jeff Easley, but I don't think anybody's as quiet as Jeff Easley.
Oh my God, Jeff! The artwork that Jeff can do. It's like, give me some household paints and.
Folks, if you got to come to North Texas at least once to watch Jeff Easley paint with house paint.
Yes, regular house paint, not artist paint, regular paint from the can, and he does stuff that sells for thousands of dollars at the.
He paints these fantasy pictures, then he gives them to the con to auction them off.
Yep.
And then if you.
Yeah,
I think on the Facebook page they have a couple of pictures of them, but they're gorgeous. And he just like you just sit there. I could sit there for like an hour and watch him paint.
Yep,
it's unbelievable.
Damn talented.
Damn Skippy.
Did you say?
I said damn Skippy.
Damn Skippy. Oh, I thought you called me something.
Wow.
How's your face rip?
He called you Skippy.
There you go. How's your Face Rip podcast going? Speaking of Jeff Grubb,
it's on hiatus right now while we're.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's convention season. So Matt and Nick are both at Origins right now. I think they actually just ended, and they're both going. I think they're both going to Gen Con. To be honest, I know Matt said he was, but this week though will be a return of RFI though.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Am I on it?
No.
Okay, I got to check once in a while. I never know what I'm on.
Yeah, we're just going to randomly invite Glenn on the show. So.
Yeah. No, you're doing this show this week. Am I? Oh, okay. They tell me the day before, yeah.
Hey, you got plenty of notice for this one, so.
You did. I did. Yeah, right at the con.
Right at the con, yeah.
Oh, and
Well, Eric is one.
And now, Eric, we have no excuse not to do. You're breaking up.
Yeah.
You were breaking up.
I stopped in the middle of the sentence because you were talking.
Oh, okay. Well, you were good.
Who's on left? No, he's on right. No, who?
You said Eric,
I don't know who's on third.
You said Eric has no excuse now to do what? Heroes Brew?
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we have no. Now we have no. We got to get a hold. I guess.
I'll fill in the blank there. We have to get hold of Glenn. No, I'm joking. We got Glenn.
Hey, what does Vince do? I don't need to be on there. Take Vince. Have him do Heroes Brew.
Nah, it's okay. I got enough stuff going on. You guys do it too late anyway, so.
Yeah.
We do it when we can do it.
If you did it earlier, I broadcast it here on the channel. That way people can listen at the same time. So we'll watch it.
That would
listen.
be sexy.
Oh, they would hear the See, I censored myself today because it was Vince. I don't mind dropping 4-letter words in front of Glenn because Glenn just panics and goes, "I gotta take them out. I gotta take them out post-production. Oh no."
No, I just stare at you and go, "You kiss your mother with that mouth."
Ooh.
Oh yeah, occasionally.
Oh, once in a while. Once in a while. Hey, I don't. No, I'm not gonna say.
I don't kiss her on the lips.
I'm not gonna
doesn't
say
make a
that.
difference.
Pardon me. Just got something stuck in my throat there.
Don't worry, folks. Glenn doesn't know what a mute button is.
He's out of
the mute
practice.
button's right there.
It's on your headset, actually.
All right, fine.
Where's the mute button? It's right. You mean if I point with my finger on my computer screen, it doesn't work?
Well, anyway.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
wonderful.
better?
That's great.
I got a game tonight. I got a 5e game tonight.
5e game, Glenn.
5e,
wow.
dude. What?
I play. I don't run.
All right. Well,
Tomb of
I smoke, but I don't inhale.
Annihilation.
I gotcha. All right. You're like a former player. Okay.
Oh, and Gage is in it too. He was playing a druid, then he had to go to back to school, and now he's coming back as a fighter/samurai.
All right.
I can think of what? Monk wasn't good enough for you?
Nope.
No.
We're all up to we're like 12th, 13th levels, so.
You're gonna bring him in at like second, so you can be the first one to die in every encounter. That's awesome, man. I like that.
Yeah.
Old school rules.
His druid had the best perception roll. It was like don't roll a 20. And because we just we need to know what's in here, just send the druid in. Just send the druid in. He'll tell us. Because he doesn't even have to roll.
Send in the clowns? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, send in the clowns. Now send in the samurai. Samurai. But those damn 5e books.
You don't have to use them if you don't want to. I don't use them.
True.
Right.
I think he pulled out something out of Xanathar's.
Don't use them. I use the core books, and I restrict some of the things in the core books, and that's it. And that's how I play my 5e.
Carlos, our GM, he tends to cherry pick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that too, of course. It's his game, whatever. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I know. I'm playing a barbarian, and I'm happy, and I'm not doing anything special. I got my special abilities. Hoo-ha. I'm good.
I get to be funny, Glenn. I was going through my archive the other day, and I found the Legend of Fin Fang Foom that we did, and the actual play. And you were playing Who Do Dat?
That's right. Who Do Dat? And I was talking like this. Yeah, and you were going like, not so much.
Yeah, let's tone that down just a little bit, Glenn.
I know. Gangbusters, when I was playtesting Gangbusters, they ended up in the opium den, the front of which was a tobacco store, and they had this little Chinese guy. And I started the accent, and I turned to the players and go, "This is the accent that's going to get me kicked out of the con." So,
yep, we're going to see Glenn walking out in cuffs.
Yeah,
he'll just be out there with he'll be embarrassed, holding the sign. This was cultural appropriation.
Yes.
No cultural appropriation.
I took whatever Roseanne took.
Oh, jeez. What? Is that before or after she took millions of dollars? Come on.
All right, now. We don't talk about those things. Stop it.
No. Bad Glenn. Bad Glenn.
Unless I can get a cheap laugh.
All lamps are cheap. Lamps
I
$5. Lamps $5 a pound.
I remember the 60s where you could do political humor and it was actually funny. But anyway,
Not
that's
anymore.
another story
Unfortunately,
altogether.
not anymore, Glenn. You can't do that.
You can't do
Yeah.
humor and be funny.
Well, I would probably laugh at it. Other people may not. So, what are you gonna?
Yeah, that's and they're idiots. So, there we go. Now I've got inflammatory stuff going. I don't even have to talk like that.
Remember, folks, if you want to leave
talented
feedback,
son
head over to thakoshammer.info and
address it to Brian Caraway.
oh, Brian,
Oh.
poor Brian's gonna get a flood of emails now. He's gonna go, "What the hell's
I
going on?"
love you, Brian. I really do.
Glenn, what did you do?
Oh, sorry, Mom.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's.
I call Brian Caraway the den mother of Thaco's Hammer.
Well, he's got to wrangle all you guys together. So.
It's a bunch of cats. God damn it! He's herding cats.
I think
Yeah,
that's
pretty much.
going to wrap up our show for this week.
It better.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks with another show. We'll figure something out, and we'll be live here on YouTube yet
It may
again.
not. Yeah.
No, we will be back. I'm telling you.
Okay.
No, Glenn was saying we wouldn't have anything to talk about. That never happens. We always have to
Before I go, I got to show off the T-shirt too.
As long as you don't flash us, that's fine.
That was.
I love all the dragons that Janelle has done, and on the bottom you got Cthulhu photobombing it.
Yeah.
You got me really scared there, Glenn. I was having James Spawn flashbacks.
Oh, would you like me to do a James Spawn? Yeah.
No.
No.
Good night, everybody.
You have to be talking to Frank Menzer.